Hello and welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom, live from our studios at number 5 Ula Hansen Lane at Tesano. I am Inusafo. Coming up. Commercial farmers to receive share of poultry under Nkokon Kitinkiti in June. In Channel 1 Sports. World Football Governing Body FIFA invites Iran for talks over World Cup participation. Us this hour, let's settle for the details of our stories. Stranded tricycle waste collectors in the Ashanti region express frustration over the persistent breakdown of waste management equipment at the OT landfill site. After 2 days of enduring long, winding queues, the tricycle operators have intensified calls for urgent intervention to address the recurring challenge. Channel 1 News' Bureau Chief for the Middle Belt, Hafiz Tijani, reports.
These tricycle waste collectors have spent days in queues seeking to offload the refuse collected from communities within Kumasi and parts of the Ashanti region.
We are always telling them that they should bring us new machine so that it will help us to prove the work. But we are not seeing anything. We are not seeing anything. When they said the government is owing them. So the machine, they don't have money to buy the machine. And we the workers, we don't care. We don't care about the money that government is owing them or not. We need the machine to come here so that we can bring the refuse anytime, any day. We deliver it and go back and bring some. Because today like this, when I was coming here, customer was calling me, our refuse, our refuse. And I told them, I don't have a machine to come and take the refuse because the place that we are offloading it has been full. Since yesterday, we haven't offloaded our refuse. The refuse is here.
The frustration worsens as each productive hour passes.
Wai company nan da ya doki ya karbi aikin, ko shugaban kasa yana bin shugaban kasa bashi, amma wai shugaban kasa bai biya shi ba, bai iya kawo mana sabon mashin. To amma dai gaskiya yana bin shugaban kasa bashi, ya kamata a biya shi tunda muna taimaka ma kasa ne. Amma in dai baka biya shi bashi, that means baka so mu da alheri kenan.
The situation could have a dire ripple effect on communities within the Kumasi metropolis and parts of the Ashanti region as uncollected refuse is beginning to pile up The operators want a permanent solution to address this recurring issue.
Machine mono. Machine mono. My machine you. Come to the banner torso. But I bought those machine MY. Yes, Rabano. My machine you. Or zoom like I buy motor suba. Na machine ba be pia da ben na motor suba hwi. Da ben na car na be hwi. O my machine you. O my machine you na be boy.
The breakdown of equipment used in compacting waste at the landfill site has become a recurring issue, threatening the waste management situation in the Ashanti region. Channel 1 News later learned that one of the broken down machines had been fixed and back to work.
These tricycle waste collectors are calling for urgent interventions to address the situation here, not only to save their business, but also to avert a looming sanitation crisis within the Ashanti region. Hafiz Tijani, Channel 1 News, Oti Landfill Site, Ashanti region.
Now, security has been beefed up at the Nkwanta municipality of the Oti region as candidates sit for the second day of the Basic Education Certificate examination. This follows recent disturbances, including a shooting incident that claimed one life. Channel 1 News' Volta regional correspondent Desmond Salasiago has more in this report.
Authorities say the increased security presence is to ensure a safe and peaceful environment for candidates throughout the examination period. Municipal Chief Executive Joseph Entry has assured parents and guardians that adequate measures are in place to protect candidates and examination officials.
The kids are relaxed. They are writing their exams. As at yesterday, everything went smoothly. Security has been provided to make sure the place is confined and to give the teachers, the examiners, the invigilators, whoever is part of the BECE, to make sure the students, to make sure the place is calm, they have a good atmosphere to write.
Education stakeholders are calling for calm. The Volta Regional Chairman of the National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, William Ahiave, has condemned the violence in Nkwanta and is urging feuding factions to exercise restraint to safeguard the future of the students.
Because it's exams time, so teachers are around, students are also going to be around because they have to supervise the examination. So we are cautioning the feuding factions to restrain themselves. They should give peace a chance.
In the Volta region, the Education Directorate is expressing strong confidence in achieving zero examination malpractice this year, following the introduction of stricter monitoring measures. Supervisors and teachers in parts of the whole West District describe the process as smooth and incident-free so far, expressing optimism for the remaining days.
I'm confident since we have put all our measures in place by doing our thorough revisions and then, giving concentration to the 4 courses. We have done our best through prepping, through evening classes, and I think so far so good. There's hope that they will do well.
Yeah, everything has been smooth, no interference from teachers. The teachers are far away from the center. And we are expecting the best from the students. They are also comporting themselves in the class, no disturbances. So.
The acting Volta Regional Director of Education, Marian Adre, says the strengthened anti-malpractice measures put the region on track to record zero infractions this year.
The message has been sent home, it has been drummed home, and so everybody now understands why examination malpractice is bad and how it can destroy a whole nation, because when the right people are not in place to work, our human resource will be in trouble. And going around, we have seen or witnessed, have had first-hand information that there's nothing like malpractice.
With the second day of the BECE coming to a close here in the Volta region, stakeholders say they expect the rest of the days to be free of any malpractice. Reporting for Channel 1 News from the Marco Girls Senior High School here in Ho. My name is Desmond Salasiago.
A fully built and furnished children's specialist hospital at Weija here in Accra is yet to be operationalized a year after its completion. The delay in commissioning the hospital by government has caused some residents to stage a peaceful protest demanding an immediate action. Central Regional Correspondent Akwesiado has more in the following report.
The project, initiated by the previous administration and completed last year, was aimed at meeting the health needs of children within the Wejagbawe municipality and its environs. A visit to the hospital indicates that furniture, medical equipment, and an ambulance have already been provided. Parents are always faced with frustrating circumstances as they seek specialist health care for their sick children at far distant facilities.
Look at the kids that like we have been losing them because of hospital beds. Look at what happened at Kaswa. It just died because of bed. And this structure, there's nothing like over here. Look at the van over here. This one is not a boboya. An ambulance.
Last 2 months, my sister's daughter was ill. We thought they have opened it, but we came here and the hospital was not open. We have to rush her to the children's hospital.
Some residents of the area who are becoming impatient with the continued delay in opening the hospital to the general public have staged a peaceful protest. Bearing placards with various inscriptions, they mobilized at the forecourt of the hospital, demanding for immediate action from government. Exclusive footage available to Channel 1 News shows vividly that every necessary equipment is already installed and beds for hostel accommodation for parents whose children will be admitted also provided. The air conditioner in the CT scan room has been running for a whole year, a waste of energy, while the other machinery gather dust. The Member of Parliament for Wejagbawe, Jerry Ahmed Shaib, who joined the protest, is unhappy over the long delay in operationalizing the hospital.
I would not have asked anybody to come and demonstrate or whatever. But I think they are feeling the pinch. And if you see them, most of them are mothers. Most of them are women. They know the kind of troubles they go through just to have health care for their children and themselves. I have been to a lot of European countries, and I'm telling you on authority, this facility, it's a facility that it prevails over most of the facilities I've seen in Europe. So you ask yourself, what is the Ghanaian, what is wrong? What have we done to merit this kind of punishment? What is the problem? Why are we making children die just because we are failing to commission a hospital? And this is not even the only one. Are we not being reasonable? Are we not being care? Don't we care about the lives of people? Do we always have to stay like this and be political about everything? Can you imagine that you promised the Ghanaian people that you were going to build 2 chips compound in every district or municipality, and you have not been able to do so? But we have this facility which is sitting there, and you won't commission.
Every second becomes critical when a child is sick, yet this facility is sitting idle as parents rush their sick children to other facilities in far distance. Out of frustration, these residents, particularly women, are calling on government to, as a matter of agency, commission the Weja Children's Specialist Hospital. For the Channel 1 Newsroom, I am Akwesi Ado, Weja.
The Medical Laboratory Professional Workers Union has threatened to embark on a strike from May 12, citing what it describes as the unlawful removal of the head of laboratory services at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. The union says medical laboratory professionals at both Kolebu and Komfonotri Teaching Hospitals will join the action over what it calls unfair treatment by hospital management. It is also demanding the removal of the board chairman, Titus Bayu, the hospital CEO, Yakubu Seidu Adam, and the Director of Medical Affairs, Frank Owusu-Setra, alleging conflicts of interest. Let's get more on this. And Edward Ayem is chairman of the Kolebu branch of the Ghana Federation of Allied Health Professionals, and he joins us for more. Good evening, Mr. Ayem. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm very well.
All right. Is the strike the only option to express your grievances?
Of course, that becomes only a last resort. And so anytime there is mention of strike, then we should be, still seeing that we actually have gotten to the end of our teasers, and that just seems to be the last resort.
Would that imply that you have engaged management of Kolebu Teaching Hospital on your issues?
Oh, so as for engagements, there have been many. In fact, as we speak now, we are just concluding a meeting with the chief director of the ministry. We are still here at the Ministry of Health, and some conclusions have been arrived at, and so we are to put some measures in place and come back in a week's time to have a proper resolution of the matter. So as for engagement, we have availed ourselves for many engagements.
For those of us who may not know what your issues are, could you highlight them for us briefly?
So the main issue has been that currently there was appointed, legally, a head of department for the laboratory sub-BMC. Unfortunately, we received news and of the revocation of his appointment and the subsequent appointment of some coordinators, to run the lab. And this didn't sit well with us. Right. And this because we've had this back and forth for a while. And at a meeting, another very high stakes meeting at the ministry in February, it was agreed that the appointment of the lab HOD, the head of department, be done. And this was done. And subsequently, it was also agreed that that appointment will not be touched and that effort should be made to have the creation of the Directorate of Allied Health and the subsequent appointment of a director, after which all other issues will be handled. Unfortunately, management went against the agreement which we all signed to, by revoking the appointment. And so this is what brought us to where we are.
Okay, you're asking for the removal of 3 people, the Kolebu board chair, the CEO, and the medical affairs director. What have they done? What is their crime?
So the laboratory scientists are asking for this because these 3 seem to be conflicted. They are all medics, and the decisions so far taken have been to favor the medics, and we and the laboratory scientists, and indeed all of allied health professionals, feel that there is some complicity, and so it will be better if we had some neutral arbiters in this matter, which is why they are calling for.
Earlier, you mentioned that you had a meeting with the Kolebu management. Was the health ministry included in this discussion?
In fact, we've had many meetings with the management. We've had meetings also with the management and the Ministry of Health. Like I said, in February, we had 2 very critical meetings and decisions were taken. And these involved both management and the Ministry of Health. And us, yes.
Right. What you mentioned that some decisions and actions have been taken. Would you like to share them with us?
So we just are concluding the decisions are being put on paper, and then once we all ratify the decisions, we can make them public.
So would that mean that there would no longer be a strike?
So for the 1 week, there's going to be this the hold on any action by any of the parties. Whilst there will be some consultations in the background, and the chief director will invite us back in a week's time to bring some finality to the issue.
Is this likely to bring peace and harmony between your outfit as well as the Kolebu doctors?
That is our fervent prayer. That is our fervent desire. That the patients, the clients we have to deal with at the end of the day will be the winners. And these patients and clients could be us also. So it is our desire that there will be working harmony in Kolebu so that everybody is okay. Everybody is happy.
Mr. Edward, it's a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure too. Thank you very much.
Right. Let's move on to some other stories now. The Greater Accra Regional Minister has attributed increased illegal construction at the Sakumo Ramsar site to permits allegedly issued by the previous administration. Speaking at the commencement of a 3-day demolition exercise by Security Council in collaboration with the Tema Municipal Assembly, she warned that encroachers will not be tolerated. There's more in the following report by Channel 1 News' Fauzu Masaudu.
Slowly, the excavator pulled down several residential structures at the golf course section of the Sakumo Ramsar site. The scene, though heart-wrenching for onlookers, follows renewed efforts by authorities to restore natural waterways and reduce flooding in the area. And in the words of the Greater Accra Regional Minister, there will be no leniency for encroachers. The exercise, which is expected to last 3 days, has also raised concerns about the alleged unlawful issuance of permits to developers, an issue the minister attributes to the previous administration.
In this only exercise, you don't have an idea. Just after the demolition, they have to take care of the debris, we have to green the place and get its natural state back. And so it's not an easy thing. So sometimes, like I said, people must face the law and be responsible for whatever they've done. And so this time around, we've tasked the assemblies. And trust me, any assembly in His Excellency, the nation's builder era, will not give any illegal permits. So when you find out from there, those who had permits was from the previous government, not this current government.
The Forestry Commission, on its part, has announced plans to introduce a 24-hour surveillance system to strengthen protection of Ramsar site.
Quite a number of mechanisms. Maybe I wouldn't want to disclose all of them now, but then after this demolition exercise, you're going to see a new Sakumo. We are putting in place mechanisms that will ensure that we have a 24/7-hour surveillance. Okay, so who dare you come close? Okay, so it's one of the things we are putting in place, and there are quite a lot of things that the Forestry Commission this time around. As I said, the next time you see us here, maybe it's not going to be an exercise as we're doing today. It's going to be, monitoring to see whether the political processes are ongoing.
Meanwhile, the Bokowe chief of Sakumo, Ninote Kalo Jajelo II, has criticized the authorities for failing to clearly communicate which zones were to be affected by the exercise.
What we are saying is that for the core area, like we met, all of us should come together, then come to the site so that we have an idea of where is the core area. Because now he said they are doing random demolition. So that one you choose and pick. And that whatever they think is in the way of is going to affect the Ramsar, they're going to break it down.
These are huge investments all tumbling down, a situation that could perhaps be avoided if the right things were done. For authorities, however, its pursuit to reclaiming all lost Ramsar sites remains unabated. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Fauzu Masaudu, Tema.
Residents of Tema Gulf City are reeling in shock following the gruesome murder of a tanker driver and his pregnant wife, allegedly committed in the presence of their 3-year-old daughter. The horrific discovery was made 2 days later when the couple's young child emerged from the room on Friday, May 1, covered in blood. Channel 1 News' Manuel Ayama reports.
On Friday, May 1, a 3-year-old girl was seen stepping out of a room, her small body soaked in blood, and that immediately raised alarm among neighbors. Fearing the worst, they followed her back into the room, only to be confronted with a heartbreaking scene: the lifeless bodies of her parents. Neighbors say the deceased, identified as Ebenezer Kwabena, a fuel tanker driver, had over 100,000 cedis in his possession, meant for the purchase of fuel. He had reportedly confided in the suspect, who is alleged to have carried out the brutal attack, killing both Kwabena and his pregnant wife, Mary Enim.
It happened at dawn. I saw the guy going out. The motor came to pick the guy. But I didn't know that this is what has happened in that room. And this privacy too, this house is very privacy because we have officers living around, so we don't do things anyhow. So this guy has been living with us for the past while, so we thought he's one of us. And he even introduced him to us as a son. That he's in military. He told us everything. But for him to kill him, and if the only thing I can say is for that guy to kill that man, no, it's not easy that way. It could be maybe he dragged him.
For 2 days, the couple's 3-year-old daughter remained alone in the room without the bodies of her parents until she finally emerged, covered in blood, unknowingly sounding the alarm that would reveal the tragedy.
Steps and also not a 3 years, 3.5 years, if steps and also about blood. I am Natalie, but Satan, I'm a blocks. I'm a day back up. Now, woman be ever has a mine, no more common sound, a year they were no, and then a down for no, a year prince, no more common sound, hunting. I could not all upon her, and a woman on the babaco. If who I said, they be our man and the neck of so women, not the man for boy. So I don't know a woman who's a blood or Aqualana, and then a man planner, so you follow up on your pocket.
Meanwhile, the Pond District Police Command says it is yet to confirm whether the suspect at the center of the killings is an officer with the military, despite widespread speculations within the community. Police have since launched a full investigation into the murder case.
This is still the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still to come.
Up your sound experience with the We Hear speakers by Lovi. From the sleek We Hear 1 to the powerful We Hear 2, and now the premium We Hear Pro, fully endorsed by Kylian Mbappe. This is not just a speaker, it's a flexible, high-performance outdoor Bluetooth speaker built to bring your music to life anywhere. With up to 100 watts of music power, you get bold, immersive sound wherever you go. All available in stylish standout colors. Now the good news: from April 20th to May 20th, grab yours at a special discounted price. The We Hear 1 now at 400 Ghana cedis, the We Hear 2 at 900 Ghana cedis, and the premium We Hear Pro now at 3,800 Ghana cedis. Don't miss out. Call 020-195-7739 or pick up at the Atlantic Towers. You can also grab yours at Orange FM Kumasi, Plus FM, or 3 Music TV in Accra. Number 12 Afunya Street at Belengpe. Don't miss out on this special discounted offer. It's the We Hear promo powered by Lovi. We Hear, feel the power, hear the difference.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up! Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious. Well,
Lizzie Shito, hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete, Lizzie, oh Lizzie. Lizzie Shito,
Lizzie Shito, the Shito is Shito. Lizzie Shito, over fail.
Lizzie Shito, please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizzie Shito, dear, ebesu obiasu.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce, yes, spicy and
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce, yes, spicy.
For bulk purchase, kindly contact 050-168-3344 or 050-155-0998. This advert is FDA approved.
Your health is in your hands, but at some point, it passes on to us. At Mintuba Hospital and Coloproctology Center, we believe that quality healthcare isn't a privilege, it's a right. Equipped with cutting-edge technology, we are fully prepared to effectively deal with all colorectal and proctological conditions. Our team of highly skilled doctors, surgeons, and nurses are renowned for their expertise in minimally invasive and painless laser, ligature, and longoproctological surgery. We are committed to providing a wide range of services to meet the diverse needs of our patients. Mintuba Hospital, your health is our priority. Visit Mintuba Hospital today or call us at 0244 581 541 or 0271 054 204. Mintuba Hospital, in to serve a peculiar health need. Welcome back to the Channel 1 Newsroom. Up next is Channel 1 Business with Neteli Neti Ajahu.
CNR Business is brought to you by EcoBank.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Natila, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm very well. What's happening in business?
Government is moving the, how do I say, the program. Yes, they are now moving from domestic or small poultry farmers to large commercial farms. So I'm sure they want everybody to have a taste of
Give us the details.
Okay. Now, Ghana has signed a key term sheet agreement to expand its domestic gas capacity. The deal, which brings together ENI Ghana, EMP, Vitol Upstream Ghana Limited, and the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, is to advance the next phase of the offshore Cape 3 Points project. Here is more.
The agreement, signed on Tuesday, May 5, 2026, by the Minister responsible for Energy and Green Transition, John Jinapo, formalizes commercial principles for the proposed non-associated gas upgrade project and marks a transition from earlier strategic intent to execution-focused planning. Under the agreement, ENI serves as operator, Vitol as a commercial and investment partner, while GNPC represents state participation. The deal builds on the Memorandum of Intent signed in September 2025 and signals continuity in Ghana's efforts to attract upstream investment while strengthening domestic energy supply. With it, gas output from the offshore Cape 3 Point project is expected to increase by up to 350 million standard cubic feet per day by 2028. The expansion will be driven by the development of the Jinyame field, alongside the installation of a booster compressor and a new non-associated gas system on the project's floating production, storage and offloading vessel. This planned upgrade will enhance energy security, reduce reliance on imported fuels, and support growing demand from industry and households. In addition, the projected increased domestic gas supply could also ease pressure on Ghana's energy import bill over the medium term.
Now, the Bank of Ghana's cost of issuing currency plummeted from over 1 billion Ghana cedis in 2024 to 471.4 million Ghana cedis in 2025. According to the Central Bank's 2025 financial statements, This fiscal improvement was largely driven by a sharp decline in direct production expenses as the cost of printing new banknotes and minting coins plummeted 72% from 986 million Ghana cedis in 2024 to 277 million Ghana cedis in 2025. Here's more.
While production costs saw a major dip, other operational line items experienced upward pressure. Agency fees edged higher to 10.6 million Ghana cedis, and the expenses associated with importing foreign currency rose from 14.4 million Ghana cedis in 2024 to 16.5 million Ghana cedis in 2025. Additionally, miscellaneous currency expenses saw a substantial jump, increasing from 14.6 million Ghana cedis to 183 million Ghana cedis over the same period. Despite the reduced spending on new notes, the total amount of currency in circulation grew by approximately 17%, rising from 71.6 billion Ghana cedis in 2024 to 83.8 billion Ghana cedis at the end of 2025. The Bank of Ghana defines these figures as the face value of all banknotes and coins held by both the general public and financial institutions. According to the 2025 financials, the liability for these issued notes and coins is recorded as a net figure, which is calculated after offsetting any cash held within the central bank's own vaults.
And now to our headline story, and government is set to begin the distribution of poultry to commercial farmers in June as part of a broader agenda to revitalize the sector. The move follows the ongoing Nkuko Nkiti program, which has already been rolled out at household level across several parts of the country. There's more in this report.
The Chief Technical Advisor to the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Kwesi Etobondi, explained that the rollout to commercial farmers was delayed due to pending financial and procurement approvals. He made the remarks at the Poultry Master Plan Stakeholders Dialogue in Accra.
That one was the household one, which is the Nkoko Kete. That's why they are complaining. In terms of timeline, we wanted to go fast, but it's like now we've put in the, should I say, requisition for Ministry of Finance, and there is some now layer of authorization, commitment authorization. So we are waiting for the commitment authorization. So given ourselves, maybe by June, we'll hit the grants running.
Meanwhile, the Chief Executive Officer of Agri-Impact Group Limited, Daniel Fahene Akwe, has underscored the urgent need for a comprehensive poultry master plan to identify and address critical bottlenecks across the entire value chain.
Cannot supply the poultry that we need in the country. We need about 20 of that. So we said, why don't we have a master plan, a poultry master plan, that will look at all the issues along the value chain, distill the critical ones, and then we come up with some recommendations that we can put into an investment brief so that both public sector, private sector, domestic and external people can take this master plan, see where the investment areas are. And once we are promoting it, people will have the appetite to come into the space.
Let's now bring an update on crude oil prices and how the local currency is performing on the interbank market. And that's all for business. I am Netele Netiajaho. Back to you, no?
Thank you very much, Netele. Let's do some more stories. The Attorney General has withdrawn criminal charges against former NAFCOC boss Hanan Abdul Wahab Aludiba and his wife Faiza Saidu Wuni in the ongoing 78 million Ghana cedis buffer stock trial. The two had been standing trial alongside other accused persons and companies over their alleged roles in the purchase and supply of foodstuffs under the National School Feeding Program, in a case involving an alleged loss of 78 million Ghana cedis to the state. The couple were discharged by the court after prosecutors cited fresh evidence requiring a review of the case. They were immediately rearrested after the court hearing. Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Ramsar says the move is intended to ensure a fairer and speedier trial for all accused persons in line with the Constitution. In other news, the majority in Parliament has criticized the Akufo-Addo administration for what it describes as its failure to achieve macroeconomic stability, despite the Bank of Ghana recording cumulative losses of over 80 billion Ghana cedis between 2022 and 2024. Channel 1 News' Ni Ayikwe Okan reports.
The Majority Caucus in Parliament, in addressing journalists on Tuesday, defended the Bank of Ghana's 15.6 billion Ghana cedi losses recorded in the year 2025. The majority argued that despite the central bank's over 80 billion Ghana cedi losses recorded between 2022 and 2024 under the Akufo-Addo administration, it failed to achieve low inflation rate, exchange rate stability, and a gross international reserves of 4 months of goods and services imports.
Between 2022-2024, the Bank of Ghana recorded cumulative losses of approximately 80.85 billion Ghana cedis in the era of the MPP. This period coincided with one of the most severe macroeconomic crises in Ghana. Inflation, listen to me now, inflation surged at a peak of 54.13% in 2022, before declining to 23.84% by the end of 2024. The Ghana cedi experienced significant depreciation, reaching approximately 17 cedis to a dollar by December 2024, representing a depreciation of about 19.7%. Gross national reserves stood at about $9.3 billion in 2024, covering 4 months of import cover of goods and services.
The Majority Caucus also dismissed reports that the Bank of Ghana is insolvent.
Negative equity in central banking is an accounting condition and does not imply insolvency. Let's take it again. Negative equity in central banking is an accounting condition and does not imply insolvency. Central banks are not profit-making institutions. The bank's balance sheet reflects the cost of stabilizing the economy.
Majority Caucus says the 15.6 billion Ghana cedi losses recorded by the central bank have been channeled into ensuring macroeconomic stability. Reporting for Channel 1 News from Parliament, I am Ni Ayikwe Okai.
The Public Accounts Committee has referred 3 senior high schools and their officials to the Attorney General for possible prosecution over procurement violations cited in the 2024 Auditor General's report. Speaking to Channel 1 News, the ranking member of the committee, Samuel Atamils, highlighted the case of Iguafu Senior High School, which procured goods from 19 vendors at a cost of about over $1 million without following a competitive procurement process. Our Western Bureau Chief Akwesi Ejeanim reports.
On the second day of the Public Accounts Committee sittings in Takoradi, a total of 48 educational institutions, 32 from Central Region and 16 from the Western Region, appeared before the committee for various infractions captured in the 2024 Auditor General's report. In all, 3 schools in the Central Region, Breman Esikuma Technical Institute, Iguafu Senior High School, and Efutu Senior High School, were referred to the Attorney General for possible prosecution. Iguafu Senior High School, which procured goods from 19 vendors at a cost of 122,192 without any competitive process, failed to justify its actions before the committee.
Who was the headmaster at the time of this infraction? Madam Vida Adikujo. At the moment, she's on retirement. And then the accountant at that time? He's transferred to another school. Okay, those people who were there at the time of the infraction, I'm adding it to those who be prosecuted by the Attorney General. So you let them know that they'll be prosecuted.
Ranking member of the Public Accounts Committee, Samuel Atamils, explained the basis for the referrals.
There are so many issues with procurement, and I've referred three institutions. You see, what you are supposed to do is before you get into any kind of procurement, you are supposed to get 3 bids, and then you pick the best. But most of them, they just pick just one. They take one bid, and then they work with it.
Chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee, Abena Osei Asare, in her closing remarks, expressed concern over widespread poor record keeping and the failure of several schools to properly document and register their lands.
Most of the infractions that they are cited for, it's when the auditors leave that they take their time, look for the documentation, and then buttress their expenditure with this documentation. It is not right. Documentation filing and record keeping is one of the challenges that all the secondary schools, the assemblies have.
Ongoing repair works on a major pipe burst at the Anloga Junction intersection is disrupting traffic, leaving road users frustrated. Commercial drivers lament the increased congestion occasioned by the pipe burst is affecting their daily sales. There's more in this report by our Ashanti regional correspondent, Tawfiq Mohammed.
The Anloga Junction stretch, one of the busiest routes in Greater Kumasi, experienced heavy vehicular traffic on Tuesday, May 5, due to ongoing repair works by the Ghana Water Company Limited. A team of engineers from Ghana Water Company Limited's Ashanti South and North regions, in collaboration with engineers from the Department of Urban Roads, Ashanti, and with support from the Motor Traffic and Transport Department, MTTD, embarked on the repair works following the detection of water gushing from the intersection. This has increased the congestion in the already heavily trafficked location. Commercial drivers using the stretch say the gridlock has significantly affected their daily sales, with many spending hours in traffic.
We say anytime the same was in Korea. There another time was airport. As I'm from more high passengers. Come in to manage my crowd. I no can do no consume your said my way. Working the same way as I had a my papa. I the Sunday see. The family do. Go to Sunday.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Water Company Limited says the ongoing works will be resolved as soon as possible to ease vehicular movement. The company added that work began on Monday evening and engineers are still on site to ensure the situation is resolved.
Very much concerned about the traffic aspect. That is why we had to even come and then touch this work last night around 9 p.m. Unfortunately, let me put it, when we were done, we tried testing the line, and then we noticed there was a portion under the drainage that also needs to be tackled. That is why we are still here, but we are hopeful. By close of day today, Tuesday, we will be done and then open the road for usage. We understand the frustrations and then the inconvenience this is causing, but it is needful we also, attend to this. But we are very hopeful, as my engineers have assured, that by close of day, we will be done with the works and then the road can be opened back.
Motorists are calling for the speedy completion of the ongoing works on the stretch to ease vehicular traffic. For Channel 1 News, I'm Tawfiq Mohammed, Kumasi, Ashanti region.
This is still the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still to come.
As the sun rises over the city of Accra, its warm glow settles on one of the city's most thoughtfully planned communities, Lakeside Estate, and once again, something exceptional is unfolding. After the successful sale of our 4-bedroom Orca at Lakeside Hills, a new masterpiece is about to make its debut. An exquisite 4-bedroom story Orca home overlooking a breathtaking landscape of the Abri Mountains. This remarkable home now features a total floor area of 330 square meters, set on a generous 7,140 square foot plot.
Next. Hey, Nadia Benson,
Me didn't tum. Mr. Friend Kalika, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Friend, me once now.
Hey, that's you.
Impruka.
Yeah.
Captain Mosquito, double the action. Sasso spray, Mr. Friend is Sasso quell. Yeah, go to my Sasso.
Sasso, come tum preko.
Launching. BSc Development Economics at the Ghana Christian University College. Study a job-ready university program, BSc Development Economics at the Ghana Christian University College. Job is ready for graduates who possess degrees and certificates in BSc Development Economics, professional certificate in Theoeconomy, certificate in Theoeconomy with business. Enroll at the Department of Theology and Economics at the Ghana Christian University College, Amrahia, Adenta Dodua Road, Accra. Full bursary is available for BSc Development Economics graduates to study master's program at the State University in South Africa. Enroll now. Take advantage of this opportunity to join elite professionals in economics. Call 0557 351 090 or 0575 633 307 or 030 296 0542. WhatsApp us on 0557 351 090 or you can get in touch online on www.theoeconomy.edu.gh. Powered by the Center for Theology and Economics, CTEC.
Welcome back. Up next is Channel 1 Sports with Bernard Abequatri. Abeku, what's coming up in sports?
Oh, there's a lot where we can start from FIFA.
Give us the details.
Well, let's get into it, shall we? Now, FIFA has invited the Iranian Football Federation to its headquarters for talks over the country's participation at this year's World Cup. The meeting follows growing uncertainties surrounding Iran's presence at the tournament after conflict escalated in the Middle East earlier this week following strikes involving the United States and Israel. Despite the concerns, FIFA President Gianni Infantino last week said Iran would play their World Cup matches in the United States as scheduled. Iran's delegation was also absent from FIFA's 211-member Congress after a reported clash with the Canadian border officials. Well, let's talk about some women's stuff. And Hazakis ladies have turned their focus to FA Cup glory after falling short in the 2025-2026 Ghana's Women's Premier League, losing out to Ampim Dakwa ladies. Despite their rich pedigree, the Takoradi Bay side ended last season without a silverware and will be chasing redemption when they face Army ladies later this month. Channel 1 Sports journalist Pius Asak has more in this report.
Azakes ladies have built a reputation as a powerhouse in Ghanaian women's football since the establishment in 2003. The Takoradi BECE secured 3 straight Women's Premier League titles between 2013 and 2015 before reclaiming the crown in 2021 and 2024. They also achieved a historic domestic double in 2021, winning both the league and the FA Cup. Despite their pedigree, the 2025-2026 season ended in disappointment after a 2-1 defeat to rivals Ampem Darkwan Ladies in the league final in Swedru. However, CEO of Azakes Ladies, Evelyn Nsiansari, believes the campaign reflects progress, insisting the team remains on the right path.
Even as of now, we believe that we have had a successful season because we were 10 teams and it was only one who was able to compete in the Champion of Champions. So we deem it a very good season for us, even though we were not able to achieve our target.
With the league title gone, focus now shifts to the Ghana Women's FA Cup, where Azakes Ladies have one last shot at silverware this season. They will face Army Ladies in the final at Ohene Park on Sunday, May 17, 2026. Dr. Nsiansari is confident the team can respond strongly after last season's trophy drought and end the current campaign on a high.
We believe that we are not going to disappoint in the FA Cup. We pray that the preparations that we have done so far, God should be our helper so that we can bring the trophy. At least we cannot go trophyless for the whole season.
Central defender Blessing Shine says the squad is determined to apply lessons from their recent defeat and deliver in the final.
It's going to be a very difficult game for us because they are not coming to lose for the 3rd time. So it's going to be very, very tough, but I think with focus, determination and hard working, we are going to win definitely.
Azakes Ladies will be hoping to turn things around when they face Army Ladies in the final of the Ghana Women's FA Cup. Reporting for Channel 1 Sports, I am Pius Asak.
Well, before we take leave of you, Arsenal have reached the UEFA Champions League final for the first time since 2006. They've booked a place at Budapest, and we'll be having more later on Channel 1 TV. But that's just sports, you know.
Thank you very much.